Hello, Dr. E-Blox here, again to you live with the E-Blox project of the day. That's right, folks. Today we are going to build a robot that lights up without any wires. How cool is that? But before we get started, I want to remind everybody, please, for the next few weeks, stay at home as much as you can. The whole reason we're doing these videos is to provide e-learning material for our teachers, homeschoolers, and parents out there, so that you can learn the fundamentals of STEM and STEAM through E-Blox while safely at the home. Now, if you have E-Blox in your home, then we strongly encourage you to join us in the building and learning fun. And if you're looking to get E-Blox, there's two ways you can do it. You can visit our website at www.myeblox.com. That's www.myeblox.com, where we have all of our products. Or contact your local toy store, either by email or by phone. Call them, ask them for coupons to get discounts on E-Blox products that you can buy from the store, but we'll ship them directly to your home so you never need to leave the house. Okay, with that, we're going to get started on our project of the day. Today we're going to be introduced to our product line called PowerBlox. Now PowerBlox is my favorite product line because you can build literally anything and add lights to it to make it come to life, okay? It's really cool. So with each PowerBlox product, you get a battery module here, a 9-volt battery goes in there, and those terminals provide power from the battery. And then you get parts like this that have little LEDs in them. And an LED stands for a light emitting diode, and when it goes across those terminals, it lights up. But now the coolest thing is you get some of these parts that are silvery looking. They're actually conductive, which means they can carry the power from those battery terminals to wherever you want to put that LED and make it light up. And you can start putting more LEDs on and make them light up. Now, notice when I put it on backwards, an LED is directional. So if it ever fails to light up, just reverse it, and that should make it light up. Now notice how these LEDs are very bright. It's because each one of them are connected directly to the battery terminals through the plated parts. There's a path from here, from the battery, through the plated part, through the LED, and back to the battery. That makes them very bright, and that's what's called a parallel connection of LEDs. There is another way you can connect the LEDs. You could take the LEDs and you could put them in a row, okay? Like this and like this, okay? Now, the power is coming from the battery through the first LED, then through the second and through the third. That's what's called a series connection. But notice when I build that way, the LED lights are not as bright, okay? When I build in series, the more LEDs I put in series, the dimmer they're gonna get. So when I build, I always try to put as many as I can in parallel, but I can do 2, maybe up to 3 in series, and they'll be nice and bright. Okay, so now, with that background, let's build our robot. We're gonna take a couple of these pieces that'll become the feet. Okay, they'll take the power from the battery. We're gonna put some legs on the guy, okay? And then we're gonna use this blue LED as the body. Okay, so his body's gonna light up. Then we're gonna put some arms on him. Okay, here's a couple of arms. That's cool. All right. Then how about some shoulders? Make him look like a football player, nice and wide. Okay. And then we're gonna use our idea of series connections here. I'm gonna take 2 LEDs, put them together like this. Okay, so they pass the power from one to the other, and then put it right on there. That'll become his eyes. Okay, just like that. And then we'll put a couple of these on top, his antennas, okay? And look at that. We just created a little robot that lights up. How cool is that? It only took us a few minutes. You know, do you know why robots are always itchy and scratching their head? It's because they've got robotics. Robotics, okay, you get it? Oh, okay, that's pretty bad. But speaking of robotics, you know what robotics is? Well, I'm glad you asked, because robotics is the study of where we use robots or machines to do functions just like humans would do, okay? What are some examples of robotics out there? You know, in the old days when I was young, I used to have to go to the bank and fill out a form and give it to a person, and that's how I would get my money. But nowadays, I just go to this machine called an ATM, an automatic teller machine, and I can get the money directly from there. So it replaced the function of the humans passing the sheet to them, and that's an example of robotics. What's another example? I've seen these commercials where you can buy this little device, you put it on your rug, and it just zooms around and vacuums your whole carpet. It used to be I had to push that vacuum all over the place, but now this machine took the place of that. That's another example of robotics. Also I hear they're putting all kinds of robotics in cars, so now I don't even have to parallel park anymore, it just backs it in for me. So this is a real growing area, and if you're interested in building robots and do things that replace, the functions that humans are doing, this is an area that's growing, and I strongly encourage you, young kids, if you're interested in this, to continue building with E-Blox. Continue learning your STEM, in school, because there's going to be tons of jobs out there in robotics and artificial intelligence and learning. Well, I think we've done great today. We've learned about series connections, we learned about parallel connections, how power blocks works. We built a cool robot, which, by the way, we got other cool robots in some of our other sets. And we learned about what robotics is and some of the applications of it. Well, that's all for today, but you're going to want to join us next time when we talk about gears, and how gears can be used to change the speed of motors. Until then, stay safe and keep learning with E-Blox.